my veins, spilling facts is my quest. I'm breaking the mold, no mainstream appeal. Just a kid with a dream and a heart made of steel. I sift through the data, the left and the right. No bias, no agenda, just seeking the light. They laugh at my setup, my low-res dream, but my words cut deeper than the corporate scream. I guess I'm too raw, too rough, too plain, but I'm spitting my heart, not chasing some game. No corporate leash, no puppet on strings. I'm free in my words, see the truth that I bring. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough. I'm the spark in the dark, the glitch in the code. Carving my lane on this uncharted road. Million subs, no viral fame, but I'm owning the truth and I'm changing the game. I'll scream till my lungs give out, till the signal's dead. Every word that I speak is the blood that I bled. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough.
You know, I don't know how I'm going to put up with you guys tonight. I swear to God. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's not like it's not normally kind of a shit show in here and that you guys don't give me crap over it. It's, you guys got to understand, I am so damn tired. Like, if it wasn't Monday and it was normally the night I'd be making a video, I don't know if I'd be making one. I struggled last night. Dude, that whole time change kicked my ass, man. Why is that all saying sold out? What is going on? Off to a good 100% effort in this chat. Oh my God, dude. The exact same thing Dan's wife when they got pregnant with their first kid. Well, thank you for coming anyway. Don't have the time change in Arizona. Wait, I'm happy rambling? No. Oh. It wouldn't be a Monday if I wasn't sitting here rambling at you guys about nothing because apparently the microphone decided to shut off right as the stream started. What is going on? What is with this? I don't understand this. What is I don't even understand. Made a show for myself. I know I'm back, guys. All I do when I do that is I unplug the microphone and plug it back in. The minute I see one of you say muted, I just unplug it and plug it back in. We need a specific emote for, or emoji for this chat for mute. Hey, Mahendra. You just woke up? Hey, Lugia. HyperX, more like Hyper sucks. Oh my God. No, I think we've determined it's a Windows problem. but it's more of a me problem because despite being a Windows problem, I have yet to handle it. I've yet to deal with it. Why is... That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I just noticed right before... Right before the stream started, I noticed that my freaking T... Oh, it's doing that because now it wants a barcode. What the hell? So it's all my tea is showing up as out of stock on my freaking website. It's because it wants a barcode. So I have to tell it's a custom product, not a barcode. Holy crap. It's not one thing, it's another. Now I gotta, let me see this, hang on. No, I still don't know what it is. Oh my God. My wife says muted, so you unplug and plug it back in. Good God, man. Sold it. Yeah, sold out on the first day. Absolute banger day. No, dude, it's something with Shopify and I don't know. Dude, I was messing around with this stuff on at work today. I was trying to get everything tidied up on the back end of my website. And I swear to God, there are so many variables and different issues with Shopify. It is a nightmare to deal with. So right now, I don't know why it's showing up as out of stock. Whatever. I will have to mess with that as I get time later on. We call it Shop Iffy. The T site is under attack. The quartering strikes again. No, man, I saw something about the quartering because Melanie Mac got engaged. And recently the quartering because he was acting all weird around her when they were at a live broadcast. He was all like, oh yeah, we're going to go watch football together. And then I guess Hannah, Claire, whatever her name is, his other co-host was all like, oh, you guys didn't invite me? And he's like, well, we didn't know if you wanted to watch. And then like a month later, he's talking about how Melanie wouldn't be for him anyways because her boobs aren't big enough. I don't know. Dude, it's so creepy. Oh, I thought it was engaged, not married. That's not how they advertise, LOL. It's a nightmare. Dude, where's your shout out? Well, okay. You know, here's the thing, Cage. I was thinking of you when I made that video. No homo. But just like tonight where I'm completely... Dude, I was freaking... By the time I got home tonight, my body is still... I'm still trying to warm up. I'm still freezing cold from being out there for 2 hours. But my brain was completely shot last night. So even getting that video done was a miracle. Melanie Mac got engaged. Who's a lucky woman? Okay, well, hang on. Let me. I wasn't even gonna bother bringing this up because it was completely irrelevant to anything. But let me. What is? Remove schedule. I'm so confused. Why is there a scheduled time? Sorry, guys. I'm still looking at my freaking website like, what the frick is this thing doing? I don't understand. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on. You can fix her? Oh, dude, whatever. No, dude. Melanie Mac's annoying as hell. She's stupid and annoying and cringe. There's nothing good about Melanie Mac. I swear to God, man. I don't understand how it is that there are people who simp for her. She's just unbearable. Okay, here it is. Where is this? Let me see. I'll go to this other screen. Broke many Sims hearts, yeah. Her husband is some big cosplayer who looks zestier than my recent profile picture change for Women's Day. Yeah, dude, for real. I can't fix any. I don't simp. Okay, so this one says, love wins. Melanie Mac is officially married. Christian gamer and political commentator Melanie Mac is now officially a married woman. What a weird profile of a person. Christian gamer and political commentator. Okay. Mac, who has faced multiple bans on Twitch and built a following through outspoken appearances on shows like Louder with Crowder, The Quartering, and Friday Night Tights, has long blended gaming, faith, and politics into her online brand. She just runs along yelling the F word, like, and I can't even, I would just say the word itself, but I can't say that on YouTube. Let me see. She also hosts her own Christian-focused channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Hey, Equilibrium. Dude, I hate daylight savings time, man. I hate it. Why is he holding a children's dinosaur chicken nugget pillow? I don't get it. Reports say she got engaged to cosplayer Johnny Junkers. Oh, man. I hope that's not his real name. In December 2025 at America Fest, and has now tied the knot. Love wins again. And yes, gentlemen, she is officially off the market, and happily so. Tell me that you're two adults who never grew up without saying it. Like, holy shit, man. I don't understand anybody who's ever found her entertaining or desirable to listen to. And this dude, I mean, oh, wow. Okay. She left Twitter after being rightfully called out for calling Sydney Sweeney a prostitute for her American Eagle ad. Okay, so McKinney, I'm gonna have a hey Geekazu, I'm gonna have a bit of a hot take on that one, dude. Pretty much everybody in Hollywood and entertainment are all prostitutes. They're all whores. Do I care? Not really. That's just the profession that they're in. So, calling somebody who, like Sydney Sweeney, acts like a whore, she's basically a whore. I mean, she's embraced it. No, more power to her, I guess. She lives her life simulating sex, taking off her clothes for a living. And she gets paid for it. That's basically a whore. Am I butthurt over it? No. That's engagement. That's entertainment. That's literally what the entertainment industry has always been about. Sex sells. Am I looking at it from a holier than thou art? I'm up here and you're here. No, it's just a reality. I mean, actors, actresses. Hell, look at most pop stars. Look at the Sabrina Carpenters of the world. They're all prostitutes, man. You mean all Hollywood or women in Hollywood? In general, dude. Legit, for anybody to become famous, and look at the whole Diddy stuff. Look at everything that went on with Diddy and people who wanted to become famous. You don't become famous in Hollywood without sucking a D here and there. Oh, no, McKinney, absolutely. And there was nuance to that. Like when Dread Roberts was talking about it, and Dread Roberts has been getting on my nerves on Twitter recently, but when he was talking about it from the perspective of people are missing the fact that just because there's hot women or ass and tits in a game doesn't make the game good, he at least had a fair, reasonable approach to it. Melanie Mack was just like, oh my God, it's porn. It's like, okay. Do I think Mel Gibson or Denzel? I think Denzel is. I think Denzel's probably done plenty. Mel Gibson probably did back in the day. Mel Gibson probably slept with a few producers. I mean, I to be honest, I think most anybody who at some point in Hollywood has become famous probably had to bend their scruples, Carpenter looks awful. Carpenter is actually a pretty girl without makeup. Not even gonna lie. Engaged with a cosplayer, not a businessman. No, he's a cosplayer apparently, and not engaged, they're married. But no, I think anybody in entertainment has probably had to bend their scruples and take one for the team in order to get famous. That's just reality. So yes, is it from what she did with like judging a game like it was porn and everything else? And like I said, there's nuance to everything. Just gonna skip that chat. Denzel loves No, QC. I didn't intentionally skip it. I just didn't see it till just now. This photo's tragic. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. It doesn't look like there's any emotion or romance or anything there. I mean, and that is, if I was, okay, so my hair, I need a haircut. I'm not bald anywhere. Like my hair's starting to recede, but I'm not bald, right? I'm getting there. I've always had a big forehead. This man has got his hair. He's got the same size forehead I have. He's got longer hair than me, but he's got like the thinnest hair ever. Dude, shave your head. At this point, your hair is retreating so fast. His hair's retreating faster than the French in like World War II. Just shave your head, man. She looks like she's about to go to prom. Yeah. Marrying crazy. I don't envy him. Neither do I, but you know, he's probably got his own skeletons. Most people do. I look at this and go, okay. He's blad or bald. It looks like the only way he's given it. Oh my God. Yeah, Serrano, 40-year-old woman, by the way. And I say that as a 40-year-old man this year, turning 40 in a couple months. But here I am. I was coaching my daughter till, you know, almost 8 o'clock at night tonight in the freezing cold. My sons are both playing baseball and got, you know, work and life and everything else going on. It's like, I don't know. There's a reasonable amount that you don't have to grow up while still being an adult. Hello, fellow 40-year-olds. Yes, exactly. Many of us. One of us. Didn't realize it wasn't... I don't know if the husband or fiance thing actually... that's a rumor. I don't think he actually turned out to be gay. But she is divorced. Either divorced or was engaged, I think. Yeah, Remy, I've heard that too, but to be honest, I've never seen actual verification of it. Granted, I'm not sure how one would go about verifying that kind of information. We're here, we're sore, we took a nap before, and we have work in the morning. Don't read that. What did you type? Cage, what did you type? The last thing I saw from you was Carpenter looks like a cartoon. Huh. Downer Nuggets a signal he's not straight. I would assume so. Anyways, guys. Let's go ahead and get talking about what I wanted to cover tonight. Cage, appreciate you for putting a bunch of suggestions out there. I picked a few things that I saw that were somewhat relevant. And so figured... oh, God, my daughter's team's asking about sweatshirts. Probably got blocked. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have probably seen this at this point. It says a developer, this is from Geeks and Gamers, a developer named Pocket Game has released a trailer for Pikmin, a new game that social media has labeled rage bait for Nintendo Legal. People are spotting familiar elements that resemble Link's appearance in Breath of the Wild, Pokemon mainstays like Pikachu, Charizard, etc. I actually haven't watched this yet, so I'm very curious. Oh my God. Hey, Matt Adam. Feels like a troll. It might be. Oh my God. It also looks... I hate to say everything looks like AI, but it also looks like a lot of... like a heavy dose of AI was used, probably. Another mobile game? No, it's... I don't think it's a mobile game. Granted, it's probably a game that'll never happen. They're gonna get copyrighted by Nintendo, yeah. I'd pay just to troll Nintendo. Oh yeah, Tekla. No, dude, honestly, like, I've got mixed feelings on all that, but... Well, Mahendra, there's a reason for that. Those IPs are worth a lot of money to them because people are just addicted to their games. Even the bad games. It's Rink and Pika Rat. Gliding Animals, not even Power World managed to get away with that? Yeah. Oh, Power World had to change a bunch of stuff in their game, didn't they? I haven't played Power World since they had to get rid of gliders and the balls that they threw and everything else. We have Power World at home. Oh, no worries, Tekla. I understand, man. I get it. Everything looks like AI. Oh my God, dude, not just Link. Okay. Dude. This is, yeah, Mahendra, 100%. Look at this entire sequence right here. Oh my God. Was that Roadhog? I think so. Animation feels off. Because it's probably just like a concept. It's probably mostly used with like already existing assets or AI or something. Sue us, you bastards. Samus in the blue top. I think it's supposed to be a boy like Link. Kind of like a femboy. They had Cerulege in this game. Man, I don't know most of the names of the Pokemon, so... Oh my god, yep, there's Pikachu. Right down here. Dude, they're not even trying to hide it. So what's the purpose of these games, then? Anything to piss off Nintendo's all right with me? Oh yeah, I mean, dude, more power to them. I know it's not going to work. No, you can't copyright femboys, but the appearance of the character is 1,000% Link from Breath of the Wild. All these characters look close enough, but just outside the realm of total infringement, and the catching monster is not the ball that Nintendo cried about before. Yeah, so money and trolling, probably in that order. I mean, Palworld made a lot of money. Palworld did exceptionally well for themselves. So obviously it's not just about being a big troll. And again, to be honest, Palworld did something that Nintendo really, no pun intended, dropped the ball on, because of the fact that they were so... Nintendo has gotten so lazy with how they produce games. They don't really try to be innovative in useful ways. They don't really try to like actually think outside the box. It's just the same shit repackaged every year after year.
It's Palworld from Temu.
Palworld from Temu, oh my god. You guys say Temu or Temu? I always say Temu, but I think that's supposed to be Temu. New Blackstreet picked this apart, I bet they did. So Palworld switched it to monster capture with the guns. Temu? Temumon. Everything at the same game, Pokemon, Zelda, Transformers, Digimon, and on and on. So, I mean, if they swapped the capturing the monsters to using a gun instead of a ball, that's obviously one way out around it. They add, say, Temu. Huh. Well, maybe it's just pronounced differently. Over there, overseas. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into the actual topics. And then as we get distracted and segued, we can kind of like take inventory of where we're at. Hey, Susano. My TTS is just dumb. Yeah, man. Temu like T-Boo. God, I can't believe I let you guys know about that whole T-Boo thing. Okay. They use the card to capture, and that's from another game too. So what game is the using a card to capture an animal or a monster from? And thanks for the 2, Lugia. Appreciate you, buddy. Get your NFS undergrounds before they spike in price, by the way. Always happens before a game is poorly remade by a modern team. See, if I actually cared about buying racing games, then I would. I mean, there are certain racing games, like I said, if a new F-Zero ever came out, the new Galactic Racer game looks incredible so far. I mean, from what we've seen of it, granted it could suck, but so far I'm pretty hyped about it. But in general, I'm not a big racing game fan, so whatever. So no 100 million players, you say? Dude, Battlefield 6 was doing pretty good for a while. They were doing pretty good for a while. Don't worry about the T-Boo thing, T-balls. Then you mentioned F-Zero. No, okay, so Mario Kart obviously is classic. F-Zero, fantastic game. You know, some of the Need for Speed Underground games are pretty cool, like Need for Speed, like Hot Pursuit was awesome back in the day. I'm just not a big racing game fan. There are exceptions to that. Obviously, Pod Racer, the new Galactic Racer looks great. So, I don't think I played Wipeout. I don't think there's a game where cards capture. Well, that's the thing, is that this game is going to have the one that we just saw, the Temu, whatever, Palworld, is going to be capturing animals with a card. Where the hell was I? I'm a player. I didn't even know 6 released. 6 came out right before Arc Raiders last year. So I think sequentially it was Battlefield 6 released, then like a couple weeks later Arc Raiders, and then Call of Duty Black Ops 7, I think. I think that's the order they came out in. How? What do you mean how? I'd prefer to shoot something, stab something, bludgeon something, blow something up in a game. I'm not racing is fun. Racing is great, but you know, I don't know. Most best racers right now are indies. Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. Yeah, you were probably still playing Wilds because it was the second half of last year when they came out. You do shoot things on Wipeout. I'm talking about straight up like murking somebody, like, you know, did they even fix the voice in the game being 60% female shouting? I don't think so. Don't ask me which one the best Need for Speed is. Like I said, I'm a fake gamer when it comes to racing games. So PC Gamer says Battlefield 6 was the biggest launch in franchise history. 6 months later, EA is laying off people who made it, saying Battlefield remains one of our biggest priorities, probably from EA, I imagine. So if you guys want to look at, oh, this is Marathon. Why do I have Marathon's numbers? Oh, here we go. I'm out of order here. Battlefield's numbers. Go back to 5 months ago when this game came out. 747,440 people played this game at peak 5 months ago, concurrently playing. Best selling Battlefield, best launch ever. Pretty sure they sold more copies of this Battlefield than any other Battlefield, right? Incredibly, like, massive title. And to be honest, at launch, there were issues, but it wasn't Black Ops 7. Like, it wasn't the biggest, like, you know, kerfuffle, if you will. There were technical issues with the game balancing they had to do and stuff you usually see with live service games, right? Yeah, down to 26K right now. It's insane. Also try out Blur. Huh. Start was good, great, but they lost all the mojo and drive, and now it's just FDIP feed garbage. AAA, EA just can't do normal. Yeah, it's the games as a service curse, exactly. So it says 6 months after the successful release of Battlefield 6, which sold more than 7 million copies in just 3 days. This got to be some sort of record. 7 million copies in 3 days. And was among the top-selling games of 2025. Electronic Arts has confirmed that an unknown number of employees have been laid off from the studios that made the game, including Criterion, DICE, Ripple Effect, and Motive. They say we've made select changes within our Battlefield organization to better align our teams around what matters most to our community, an EA spokesperson said in a statement supplied to PC Gamer. Battlefield remains one of our biggest priorities, and we're continuing to invest in the franchise, guided by player feedback and insights from Battlefield Labs. The hackers didn't help? Yeah. No, cheaters and hackers are never going to make things better. Battlefield 6 had many girl boss characters and forced to play female soldiers. I can't remember, were the classes locked behind gender? Battlefield 6 is just Call of Duty clone. Yeah, okay, I understand that comparison, and if going from Call of Duty Warzone being the last Call of Duty I played to Battlefield when I played the beta, they were similar, certainly similar. I don't know if I'd call it a straight up clone. They certainly tried to funnel or sift off that energy that Call of Duty Warzone had for sure. BF6 really thought nobody would compete with them for at least upcoming 3 years. Turns out it only took about 2 months. Yeah, that's the craziest thing. I cannot believe how quickly this game dropped off. IGN, which first reported the layoffs, said the cuts reflect a realignment across Battlefield Studios as the development shifts focus to maintaining the game's live service support, of course. Transition arguably hasn't gone smoothly. Like many games, Battlefield 6 isn't as popular as it was at launch. Guys, this is... You know, I know we've been talking a lot about the numbers for Marathon and High Guard and other games that fall off the face of the earth. I mean, you guys want to see something really depressing? Let me show you something really depressing. We'll get to talking about Marathon in a minute here. But this is pathetic, okay? In the extraction shooter space, I didn't realize, because I bought this game a couple years ago. And I was thinking to myself, all right, it's a pretty fun game, interesting concept for an extraction shooter. It's not that bad. Surely there's other people who play this game. And for a while, it was pretty easy to get into a match. But this game, I'm sure most of you probably have heard of it at some point. Marauders currently has 7 people playing it. Came out, peaked at 14,332 3.5 years ago. Game's got 7 people playing it on Steam. I mean, it's easy to dunk on games like High Guard, and to be fair, High Guard's probably got about 200 people playing it right now. Let's be honest, it probably doesn't have more than that. 227 right now, 302 at peak. Who wants to bet High Guard's going to hit 1,000 players at peak on the final day? You know, they probably will. EA should make a statement like live service gamers are dead. Yeah, exactly. Don't want to see a side profile of her. What the hell, man? Probably normal after a release. The industry as a whole is laying people off like crazy. Right. But you would think that if they were going to continue having success, selling more copies, adding content along the way for their live service title, that you wouldn't be seeing the level of layoffs. I mean, there's no way. Like, they made a ton of money, but you got to remember EA is a massive company. In the billions of dollars, massive. So for them, if they're laying people off, yeah, there might be that normal churn where the game's been out and all they need is to keep maintaining the battle passes. And so they're not going to have everybody who developed the game still there, obviously. They're going to work on other stuff. But I don't know, man. This feels different. What a downfall? Yeah. Player feedback, aka consume slop, we give you. Yeah. People like Big Fry, I know they scream at them, but they don't care. That stupid VR game is dead. Which game? We're talking about Battlefield or a different game? Because there's another game coming out called War Dogs that's not a BR. But to be honest, I'm trying to get into the playtest. I don't really understand the concept of the game. It's not a BR and it's not an extraction shooter, but like, what is it, right? There's a million. The thing is, it's really funny. For people comparing Marathon to Tarkov, it's a terrible comparison. First off, Tarkov is way more hardcore than Marathon. And secondly, Marathon's an arcadey sci-fi Halo type shooter, whereas Tarkov is a very realistic military simulation. So I don't understand the comparisons, but what I do find funny is that in the milsim side of things, there are hundreds of thousands of games that exist or have existed that just for whatever reason either can't make it and they just, I don't know, they just fall off. Oh, War Dogs? I didn't think War Dogs was going to be a BR. I think EA was sold or something last year. Yes, EA was sold to a Saudi investment group, the one that owns Savvy Games. I think it's the same one that owns the company that owns Warhorse Studios. I can't remember. Escape from Tehran needs to be made. It's more normal. That's just what happens when ownership changes hands. Right, but they weren't laid off when they changed hands. So I don't know if it was something to do with like if that's normal for 6 months down the road to fire people. I don't know. But anyways, Legendary Drop says if you're wondering why this is it, saying EA reportedly expects Battlefield 6 to have 100 million players, 3 times more than the series bestseller. What can you even say to that? That's insane. They expected 100 million people to play this game. Now, it did a really nice job selling a lot of copies up front. 7 million copies in 3 days. That's pretty crazy. That's not bad. Let me see. Battlefield 6 peaked in November with 22.5 million monthly active users in 37 markets across all platforms. According to data from Newzoo, PC Gamer's official data partner, the shooter drew 8.98 million MAU in January of this year, according to Newzoo. So they went from 22.5 million monthly active to just under 9. The 10th most popular game by that metric, making it played by more people in January than games like League of Legends, Rainbow Six, Marvel Rivals, and Apex Legends. Electronic Arts is also under pressure arising from its looming acquisitions by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, a move that game industry unions and some U.S. lawmakers have worried will lead to widespread layoffs as the company is taken private. Well, it will. They will get rid of a lot of people. There's no question there. There's no getting around the ugly reality of the game industry that maintaining a game can be handled by a much smaller team than what's required to actually make one. And again, that's part of what makes sense is if it's a live service game, something that you're going to drip feed content into and, battle passes and microtransactions and skins and cosmetics, you don't need the entire development team that made the game to be there 24/7. You just need the small team that's going to exist to give people all that, that content. 100 million or 1 million? What are we talking about? Contract nonsense, even though it's not actually nonsense. No, to me, it's nonsense because I don't understand most of it. As somebody who's never had to sign a contract for work in his life, I mean, there's it's a whole different world you exist in. There's no getting around the ugly reality of the game industry that maintaining a game can be handled, blah, blah, blah. But EA said in 2025 that it expected Battlefield 6 to pull in 100 million players, an extremely ambitious goal that not even its developers believed was achievable. If that target was ultimately missed, management may see an opportunity to justify becoming more agile, to use a popular catchphrase of the suits, much as it did with BioWare following the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I would say the difference here, though, between Dragon Age and Battlefield 6 is that Dragon Age was not successful. I mean, Battlefield 6, I don't know what the budget was, but to look at it this way, if they had 22.5 million monthly active users, clearly they sold tens of millions of copies of that game. Surely it had to have turned a profit, right? Dragon Age Veilguard, no way. So comparing what's going on with EA to BioWare, yeah, I get it, but slightly different situations in my opinion. Yeah, Agile being dropping more developers and making worse games, right? And that's just kind of the workaround. That's kind of the terminology they're going to use. Rest in peace, Vincent Pella. I wanted to do some joke, but that's in poor taste. You know, Tekla, or sorry, not Tekla, Matt Adam. You guys got to forgive me. I'm tired. I don't think it's in bad taste because the more I thought about it after the week after what happened, and then I saw the video for myself and I realized that dumbass decided to get himself and the guy that was in the passenger seat with him killed for no reason other than what? Vanity? Thrills? It's like, yeah, it sucks. No, he didn't deserve it. And the guy in the seat next to him certainly didn't deserve it. But it's like, what the hell was he thinking? Like, are you crazy, man? Biggest success since Concord. Oh my God. So I don't know. I'm okay with a fair amount of dark humor. I think it's been long enough at this point, especially given the circumstances. Hey, Big Fry. There you go. Somebody mentioned him recently. Big Fry says, and you guys wonder why we say that Marathon has an uphill battle. The best-selling game of 2025, and it wasn't enough. These budgets are ballooning to the point that anything other than global domination isn't enough anymore. 30,000 players isn't enough for these massive corporations. I would say the difference, though, between the 30,000 players for, where are we at here? Battlefield 6, although it's under 30,000, right? 25,000. 50,000 at the 24-hour peak, right? The difference for Battlefield with a 50,000 24-hour peak and let's say Marathon with a 24-hour peak of 66,000, currently playing 48,000, is that Marathon didn't sell 40 million copies or 50 million copies, whatever Battlefield has sold. Will it? Probably not. Over time, not likely. So I do think that there's a slight difference in comparison to both those games. Now, I don't know what the budget was for Battlefield 6. Obviously, it's a huge title, right? When do we start telling black jokes? Oh my God, man. You don't remember that Battlefield BR game still? You mean a RedSec? Nobody even plays RedSec. That's the thing. I thought about it. I thought about it for a minute, like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy Battlefield, and I thought Battlefield was fine. Dude, I played the beta for Battlefield 6 quite a bit when it first, came out for that whole weekend, and I'm like, you know what, this is a pretty good shooter. Not going to lie, it's got some issues, but it was a pretty decent shooter. Nothing that I felt compelled to purchase, nothing I wanted to spend any money on. And then they put out RedSec, and I'm like, okay, so there's another BR. Great. It's basically a Warzone clone. Great. Don't care. Like, why would I download another 120 gigabyte free-to-play game to maybe play once every 3 weeks, Oh, Crimson Desert's going to make its money back on the first day. I have no doubt about that. It's that there's no way they got their investment costs back, you think? Between DICE, Criterion, Motive, and Ripple Effect Studios, you're talking about probably 1,000 devs. 50,000 concurrent doesn't keep the lights on. Well, no, but this isn't. This is not a free-to-play game. My point is more if we're talking about development costs versus revenue from game sales. We're not talking, the High Guard situation where they had a studio of 100 devs between California and Redmond up here in Washington, and they had a free-to-play game that they were solely relying on microtransactions. My question is the revenue from the actual game sales of Battlefield versus the cost of development, cost of, employing all the devs. That, for me, is the bigger question. But, you're absolutely right. Maintaining that game long-term, first off, they don't need the devs around, and secondly, they're not going to keep paying those people who aren't benefiting the game at this point. But yeah, I don't know what the cost was for Battlefield. I imagine it was massive. All right, so that being said, this is a pretty good segue into Marathon. DB Wild, we're going to get into that. Don't worry. Oh, I just don't know anything about what happened with Battlefield 6. Okay. Marathon character on screen says control on the left is alt and delete on this right side of him. God, I hope so. That's actually a woman. That's a female synthetic runner skin. So, the gamer cherry picking and gaslighting. Red Sec is still broken. No content. EA never changes. They've have FIFA, Madden, cash cows. Yeah. This is this is, as far as I remember, this is a female skin. It has a female voice actress. So take that with a grain of salt, because the biggest thing, all right, Mahendra, no worries. The biggest thing about Marathon for me that was a massive turnoff was looking at the game. Obviously the screens, the UI, the inventory system. I hated looking at all of it. And then there's the 50% of the player base, I would say, that is all like gender confused and furries and shit. And I feel bad. I do feel bad for people who are genuinely enjoying Marathon, people who are just having fun. They're actually playing the game and they're having a good time with it. Because if you look at the user base of Marathon, 87% positive on Steam. They're maintaining just shy of, just over 22,000 less than their all-time peak. Every day, it's the same 66 to 80,000 people who log in, and that's cool. That's great. They're having fun. Good for them, The problem is that half the player base are these annoying people who don't even know what gender they are, and it kind of makes it like, I look at this game and go, this game is like heavily transcoded. Gay game, yeah. That's female Western devs are a joke, man. I thought that was male. No, this is, as far as I know, a female runner in the game. Cyberpunk can be sexy and cool. They chose not to make it so. Well, I mean, yeah, and that goes back to the whole thing about not every game has to have like sexy characters. It has to fit the environment, right? It has to make sense. The problem I have is that people are doing that with this game. The fan art for this game, I've seen some weird shit from some of these people where they're actually like hooking up some of the female synthetic characters together. Like, okay, I sure hope that they don't get into this where they try to make like the synthetics have like a backstory, like Apex Legends did with their characters, where every character has a backstory, and then they have to do cutscenes with the characters and stuff. Like, if they're going to start doing that shit, it's going to become insufferable online. It's going to get terrible. Worse than it already is. Marathon makes my eyes bleed. Dude, same, okay? It's pretty awful. I'm an expert of Rule 30. No, it just comes across my Twitter, man. It just comes across my Twitter. Brings to mind a question, why is my dong in the game if it's not actually used in the game? Talking about Cyberpunk? Jennifer English is there for a reason. Oh, shit, I forgot she was in Marathon. She's in so many things, man. She's in so many things. They're pushing the transhumanism approach and vibes. All right, exactly. Netflix shows their ultimate goal. Well, Arc Raiders is getting a movie or a show. I'm pretty sure that was announced, right? Worst thing they could do is make the shells gay and have a backstory. Dude, that's honestly where they're going with it. I swear to God, that's what it feels like. So from The Gamer, it says, forget Slay the Spire. Let's compare Marathon's opening weekend to other live service games. After a turbulent 12 months, building to its delayed launch, Marathon's here. Bungie's first big game since Destiny 2. First title it's launched under the PlayStation banner. People quickly compared its early numbers to Slay the Spire, which attracted 500,000 of you over the weekend. However, comparing Marathon's player count to other live service games performed at release gives us a better idea. And I agree with that. Slay the Spire 2 kicked its ass, but you're talking apples to oranges. What I do say is, again, it measures broad appeal, and clearly there was a bigger market for Slay the Spire, so that is a variable that you have to look at. Could have made the characters more appealing. Both genders decided to go with this gender ambiguous ugliness. So, Vert, I can understand to a certain degree. You want to make your transhuman game where humanity no longer exists and everybody's living in their jar and they're running around in shells. The shells don't have to look conventionally human, normal, or attractive. Okay, fair enough, whatever. But it doesn't lend itself to being a game that many people want to play. I don't want to play that. I don't want to look at that. So while I can understand and even to some degree respect if that's the vision that they had for the game and that's what they wanted to have, go for it. That's fine. I don't want to look at it, So you do limit your audience when you make an unappealing or, and this isn't, again, I see people like Jay Viper put this video out there, this AI thing of these like Fortnite looking characters. I fixed the characters in Marathon and they honestly looked worse than the shells, the runners in Marathon. It looked even worse, right? Because it made it look like freaking Fortnite. It's like, man, you didn't fix it. You just turned it into Fortnite. If that's what you're going for, but it's just too damn androgynous. Well, McKinney, if they were going to go full on androgynous, just make everybody a robot and make them look cool. Make the robots look cool. I mentioned before that I like the style, but looking at the game itself and not the promo concept art, it's horrendous. Yeah, Serrano, like I said, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to play it. But I can at least to some degree understand what they were going for with the theme of the game and the colors and this and that. The problem is that when you combine all of it, minor note, flowers are planet genitals. Oh, Sam Fisher, Warframe is the prime example of how to do it right, man. But Warframe had a ton of Rule 34 art with a lot of the frames because of the fact that there were some that were obviously feminine and obviously masculine, you know? There's barely any real biological driver to pull people into the designs. Well, and then you get like, okay, look at this design. Let's just talk about this one design right here. This AI, because I think all 6 of the factions in Marathon all have their own a virtual on first-person shooter game. I'm not sure what you mean by that. My eyes are squares because I'm leet. There has to be a coolness factor to it. You're right, McKinney, exactly. And to me personally, to me looking at the game, playing the game, and observing everything in the game and all the fan art and the cosplaying and the designs, I don't find the game cool. I don't find the designs cool. Somebody else might. Great. Guess what? A lot of Gen Z has the cauliflower, broccoli, rice-a-roni hair. And most of us think it looks retarded. Oh, I mean the Sega game. Okay, gotcha. Old Cortana would never. I mean, what is... She has a mullet. It's like a bowl cut mullet. I don't understand. Not attracted to a hammer, but a hammer has a clean use case. These don't look wanted or nor useful as designs. These are all robots not meant to be conventionally attractive, but they did make a female-esque robot. They did make a fully androgynous robot that could pass for both. Right. No, exactly, DB. So the thing was, they did that with some of the characters. So let me since we're talking design, I wasn't necessarily planning on talking about design, but let's talk about the design of the Marathon game characters, right? Because there's a lot of truth to a lot of these things where people are going to be judging a game based on the way the characters look. Obviously, that's just reality, right? That's a video. I don't want to look at a video. I think some of this shit is the prime example. I mean, look at this. I've got to make sure there's none of this Rule 34 stuff because these bastards can't help themselves, right? It's the craziest thing. Like, these characters are just... People look at this one. I think this is like the thief character. No, this is the... It's not thief. It's... Oh, God, she's got all these skins. I don't understand this, man. I don't get it. This shit right here. Yeah, this one here. I've seen this skin with the white and black face all over Twitter and people thirsting over it. I'm like, first off, these are robots. They're not human. Secondly, I hate it. The Asian woman robot is passable, but not really great. Yeah. Like it was an asset flip, too generic. Looks are way over designed. Yeah. Goth Statue of Liberty. Thank you. Exactly. Clankers. Bungie uglified all of them on purpose. You want school kid or something? Pay us. Dumb. Bungie is never going to change. What a shame and tragedy. Yeah. The Asian robot doesn't look anything like the in-game. Well, the cutscenes don't look like the models in the game. That happens a lot. That happens with a lot of games, right? Yeah, here's the Asian chick, right? First off, if she's a synthetic, if these are just runner shells where these shells themselves have specific purposes based on the class and the skills and the abilities that they have, okay, that I can understand. But why does it specifically look like an Asian woman? I don't understand what's the point. So I don't know. To me, it's just kind of boggling. I don't quite understand it. I don't get the point. Looks like Yolandi from Deanfort. YouTube plays the ad just fine in the chat, but it won't let me watch. Its creator had to type. I guess. You'd think shells would mimic human perfection. Representation, yeah. People get off the kitchen appliances, not shocked. Dude, you're not wrong there. You are not wrong. Okay, Marathon peaked a little more than 88,000 players on Steam when it launched. That number dropped by about 10,000, and while Bungie likely hoped the peak for Marathon's opening weekend would be higher than the number it hit when it launched on Thursday, there are positives to be drawn from its weekend numbers when comparing it to some other recent live service hits. They go on to mention Highguard had 97,000, obviously. And let's not compare shit to Highguard. Highguard, we all know what happened with Highguard, right? Highguard, you had 97,000, and it dropped down instantly within the first weekend by 80,000 players. Not worth comparing to anything else. And it was a free-to-play game. Hits then talks about Highguard. Right. Art style is like someone watched Ghost in the Shell and tried to recreate it, but simply didn't have the talent, like watching someone attempt to play music they don't have skill for. That's a pretty good comparison, I think, there, Dangle. I think that's a pretty decent comparison. My problem is that there's too many elements clashing with each other instead of actually complementing each other. Hey, Empress. Yeah, exactly. I think that there's a pretty decent... YouTube's trying to force me off. I'll try the browser. Holy shit, dude. Oblivion, you could also just watch on Rumble or Kick or whatever. Whatever you have, just whatever's going to be easier for you. We're also on Twitch and Twitter, but I hate everything else but YouTube for the most part, to be honest. I had to reset my router last stream and that fixed it. Damn. Oh, we just talked briefly about Battlefield. We're going over Marathon. There are positives to be drawn from Arc Raiders' trajectory too, even though Marathon's launch has fallen way short of that. Yeah, no, Marathon had a peak of 400,000 plus players. I'm not sure why they'd compare this to these other two games. All it compared it to was Marathon and Highguard, two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, Marathon, guys, is what you hope your game would do, and Highguard is what you hope your game will never do. Like, compare this to Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is still maintaining 24-hour peaks of close to 200,000 players. And even then, it's doing that while people are constantly complaining about balancing issues, not enough PvP, needing to nerf, change, buff things, all this stuff. And the game is still maintaining peaks on average of 200,000 players. Like, I get that Arc Raiders also has problems. It also has issues it needs to fix. Oh, it came back and had a second peak of 466. This must have been after, oh yeah, January. Yep. So after this initial peak here, 2 months later, a month and a half later, it came back and did it again. Crazy. Where's Marathon's 350,000 players at launch? I was hoping you sell a pot for it. Did I play Marathon? I played Marathon on the Server Slam. I wasn't about to buy it. I didn't honestly... The Marathon, look, I was going to give it a fair shot. I played it for a combined about 3 hours between stream and off stream. It just didn't do anything for me. The gameplay's fine. Gameplay is like a 7.5 out of 10. Basically, here's my biggest issue with Marathon. The way that it looks is horrifying to me. I hate it. Hate everything about the look of the game. You move past that, the gameplay itself is good. It's a good, serviceable first-person shooter. Obviously, it has its own issues here and there. Taking aside the style of the weapons, the way the weapons look, I hate. Whatever. Gameplay is fine. But there are a million other games that exist that also have gameplay that is fine. So for me, Marathon wasn't anything that I was going to go crazy over and be like, oh my god, I have to have this because not only is the gameplay good, but I also love X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't love X, Y, and Z. So for me, I just don't care. Do they have a chart for console? No. No, they don't. There's burn through a player count right now. Time to kill is way too fast. I just go without gear at all because I get wasted in 1.5 seconds, even with good gear. Hey, Black Hat, how long have you played Marathon for? Curious what your hours played so far is. Meat is good, but there's no bones. Modern FPS story 101. I mean, you could say that. I don't know. Let's see. Blizzard Marathon live commercial now. Oh, no, Cage, we watched it. I think if you're talking about the thing that they did in the staged, oh god, it was so bad. Like the theater kids, what do they call that? Freaking like a prank or whatever they did. That thing was terrible. Marathon live commercial? Live ad? That's the one. Yeah, we watched that on the last stream. It was so bad, dude. So impossibly cringe. 30 plus right now. I really wanted to see what the hype is about. Long enough, he's legally blind now. 6 months. 6 months is what I give Marathon. Not happy with the numbers. I think by now it might have sold 1 million. I think 1 million is probably right about where it's at. If you go back to Steam charts, and these are all estimates from different sites, go back to Steam charts. If you look down here, the numbers continue ticking up. Owner estimations across 3 different outlets. One says 392,000. And I believe that this would be based on Steam numbers alone. So this isn't going to be counting for console numbers. Estimates on VG Insights is 530,000 copies sold, and Play Tracker has the high estimate at 713. So let's estimate that that middle number is probably right where the correct number is at. Let's say it's 530,000 copies sold on Steam. And another 1 million probably will sell easily in the first month on PlayStation because it's a Sony game, and so therefore Sony, Bungie, PlayStation, they're gonna lap it up. That's just reality. So now you're talking in your first month combined across all consoles and Steam, maybe 2 million copies sold. When estimates are saying 7 to 11 million copies just to break even. That's not going to do it. It's still crazy how Apex pulls players even today. Dude, Apex Legends, man, yeah. I mean, freaking... I didn't play it today with my kids. I was too busy to play with them today. But, like, God, 212,000 24-hour peak. And the crazy thing about that... Here, okay, let me explain something about Apex Legends. This number, 212,000... Remember, these are global numbers, right? When I am playing with my kids, we see a lot of the same people because we're on the same server here on the West Coast. So I think we're playing through like the Oregon server or whatnot. And so we'll see a lot of the same people when we play day in and day out. So clearly there's a healthy enough player base that everybody on their server, while again, servers might have a smaller player base, you're going to still see the same people playing it. And there's all the other people playing it from around the world too. So if your local server ever didn't have people playing it, you'd then get moved to a different server. But like, holy shit, guys. It came out on Xbox. Yeah, Marathon is on Xbox and PlayStation. It's not just PlayStation. It wasn't exclusive. 50,000 concurrent on Steam for Helldivers 2. Yeah, Helldivers, though, is going through some shit right now. So, like, I don't know, man. Not lying. Look at the game is hard on the eyes. I can't out the amount of times I lost target because my reticle just got lost in color vomit. Oh, man. I saw someone I watched stream Marathon, and instead of normal 400 people in chat, there were 60. Okay. Tekla, exactly. And oh God, let me find it. Let me find it. There was somebody online bitching about that. I didn't tweet much today, so I should be able to find it pretty easily. Let me see. No, I think it was yesterday. Somebody complaining about streamers and people complaining to streamers about what they're playing. It was like one of those entitled streamer takes, which there are many of. Here you go. All right. So the original post said, one of my main driving forces to stream is interacting with chat. It's rough doing that on Marathon at the moment. People have way too much negative energy. I'm going to keep trying to focus on neutral, positive folks and bring the vibes. Just wanted to vent a little bit. To which I quote tweeted this and said, I know this is kind of a hot take, but if you're a video game streamer, your entire job is to entertain your audience with gameplay. If the audience hates the game, it's not going to entertain them. They're allowed to be, quote, negative, deal with it, or play something else. And I'm going to add a caveat to that. It's not just that the game is bad or that people don't like the game or people want to just hate on the game. The game is visually hard to look at for a lot of people. So even if somebody wanted to play Marathon, let's say somebody wanted to watch their favorite streamer play Marathon, they wanted to get into the game, for a lot of us, it's just unpleasant to look at. You know? It's because the game sucks to watch. Yeah, I mean, that's just reality, dude. Gonna buy Tainted Grail? I will, dude. I will probably pick it up before it's no longer on sale. I think it's on sale through the 19th, so I'll make sure to pick it up before then. Also, Tekla, they have noticed the drop-off. I've seen a lot of streamers complaining about the drop-off, like hardcore. A lot of them are criticizing, going, man, if you don't like what I'm streaming, just shut the F up. Okay. Streamers forget that they're entertainers, right? If what you are doing doesn't entertain, people don't want to watch it. They could either just flat out leave and not give you any criticism at all, which, okay, fair enough. If you'd rather not hear criticism, then I guess they could just quietly leave and you could sit there and go, why did I just lose 60% of my viewers? What's going on? Or you could actually listen to criticism and you could hear, hey, people don't want to watch it. Crazy, right? I think it's an issue not a lot of people focused on to point out. The game isn't visually digestive to people. It's not, dude. It's like I said, you could want to play the game. You could want to love the game as much as you could possibly imagine, trying to make yourself love the game, you know, as hardcore as you could possibly ever want to. And if you physically can't sit there long enough to enjoy watching the game, there you go. I mean, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. Dangle-san, who's Marathon 4. Here's my actual beef with Marathon. A couple things. One of them being people who are like, oh, it's going to kill Arc Raiders. And then when it didn't kill Arc Raiders, they turn around and go, stop comparing it to Arc Raiders. Well, you guys made the comparison first. So people are like, Marathon is going to have PvP and Arc Raiders doesn't have enough PvP. It's like, dude, Arc Raiders, you want PvP, shoot somebody. You're in PvP lobbies. Have fun. You know, you're going to get your shit rocked. And then I see people posting online how they're like, oh, look, I found a whole lobby of friendly people in Marathon. I'm like, I thought you guys said that Marathon's the serious PvP game that nobody's going to play friendly in. Like, what are you guys talking about? So that's number two. Now, as far as who the game is made for, they keep comparing it to Escape from Tarkov. And my God, I played, like I said, 3-ish hours of the server slam, had never played the game before. I never played the playtest. So I was going in with a fresh set of eyes. Marathon is not in any way close to the level of difficulty of Escape from Tarkov. You're talking night and day. Complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Not even close. I want to give Tainted Grail a go. I don't like Skyrim, but the game looks interesting. I saw it had a demo, so I'll try. I mean, dude, it's going to be tough because I tried playing Oblivion Remastered and I got bored with it. But again, last Elder Scrolls that I really got into was Morrowind, and then I tried playing Skyrim for a while. I just didn't get into that one either. But I feel like Tainted Grail, I don't know. I saw people saying that, you know, they played Skyrim and didn't like it, and Tainted Grail was like perfect for them, so we'll see. Marathon's visual overload or sensory overload, I can't play without hurting my eyes. Yeah. Keep talking about going offline, but how long before Marathon hits the sale? Oh, dude, Marathon will probably go on sale, I'd say in the next 2 months, 3 months. So here's where all the cool kids are hanging out. Hey, 556. Dungeon Stalkers is shutting down in June due to consistently low players. Which one was Dungeon Stalkers? I don't remember that game. Dungeon Stalkers. Was this the one that was kind of like Big Titty Waifu? Oh my God. Oh man, I remember I tried playing this shit. It was okay. It's dark and darker with big titty waifus. Again, games like this, they serve a purpose of showing that just having like conventionally sexy characters on their own is not enough. If the game is no good, it's just not enough. I mean, look, every time that she moves, there's like plenty of jigglage. That's great. That's awesome. No criticism here. The problem is the game wasn't good. Dark and Darker is a whole ass vibe. Okay, Dark and Darker is great. Problem is, I don't know how many people are still playing it, and I never had enough time to really get invested in it. Irish boobs? I don't know. Are they Irish? Has consistently low player numbers and they'll be shutting down. Yeah, titty waifus, he remembers. Well, I remembered it as it was dark and darker with tits, is what it was. And it wasn't as good. I mean, that's not shocking, to be honest. It's from One Universe LLC. They have one other game called Meta Soulmate. Yeah, I mean, this is not a serious studio, if we're being honest. Exactly, McKinney. I could not care about the story and the gameplay mechanics of First Descendant. Now, First Descendant was good. The gameplay was fine. The story was really weak. The English voice acting was terrible. So there was a lot of problems I had with First Descendant. Bob and Bobber. Anyways, Eye Candy can sell a game. To be fair, I'm interested in the upcoming Swords and Slippers game. Looks fun. But DB Wild, if the gameplay sucks, how long would you give it a go? Like honestly, other than like obvious, you know, the meme mechanic or like the I hate to use the word gooner, but like that kind of gooner bait game. You go, you know, beyond that surface level where everything looks good. If the gameplay's not good, how long are you going to be there, you know? And to be fair, the Swords and Slippers game, the gameplay actually looks a lot better put together than what I've seen from other games. So, Paul Tassi is talking about Zesty Boys, fan service with substance. I hate the fact that we even have to call it fan service. Whatever happened to just having good games? And good games would have the right type of fan service for the audience that they were intended for. We didn't used to call it fan service. It was just good games. I wish Dungeon Stalkers was a single player game. I can't chat now. Paul with his hot shill Bungie boy take. Yeah, well, the funny thing is that Paul Tassi was actually really down on the game, and then all of a sudden he switched directions. I don't know. Marathon, as they say, has hands. The weekend marathon players got their first taste of the third map. It's a small map offering tight corridor fights as you face off against other teams. We don't need a description of the game, Paul. We know what the game is. Is this fun? Is this awful? Is this good for the game? Is it bad? That depends on who you ask, but there are two main sides to this. My God, we're getting his whole life story. Marathon's a flashback to those early, extremely unforgiving days of Tarkov. I wish that there was another game that they could compare this to, man. Because it's not Tarkov. I'm trying to tell you to look up a game, but it keeps blocking you. Comes out 2027, can't put in what the stands for. What? It's seriously blocking you on that, dude? Paul has a love-hate relationship with Bungie. Marathon would work so much better as a deep... McKinney, that's not a hot take. Most people say that Marathon would be better with a single-player campaign-only mode. They aren't going to pull from Ark or Tarkov. You tried 3 times and it wouldn't let you? That's crazy, man. What game are we talking about? Let me see. WTF game. Oh, Waifu Tactical Force. I don't know. I've seen stuff about this game. To me, it's like, is it a serious game? Is this something that people actually take seriously? I've heard people say they do. Oh my God, the optic was a kitty cat. God. Whole Discord gonna play it? Come on, no, man. I don't. This has the opposite problem for me of Marathon when it comes to the look of the game. This is so goofy and cutesy when it comes to the style of the game that I just don't even want to touch it. I don't know, man. Yeah, attractive characters aren't fan service. That's basic game design, dude. That's what I'm talking about. It's unfortunate that nowadays we have to talk about that. Reminiscent of those days when I played Tarkov on a handful of acid, exactly. Yeah, I remember seeing something about this game. Let me see here. I'm slowly seeing some of the top streamers convert over, like Shroud. Nobody cares about Shroud. The man has the worst opinions ever. Destiny 2 PvP lords are giddy with glee about how hard this is, long starved of challenging content. There are those new to the genre who appreciate the difficulty. The other thing I've seen a lot from people are like, well, I don't usually play extraction shooters, but Marathon's awesome. Okay, then stop comparing it to extraction shooters. If Marathon is now baby's first extraction shooter, stop comparing it to Tarkov. It's like any of these idiots playing the game who think it's like Tarkov. I want them to go buy a copy of Tarkov and then come back to me in a week or two. Like, come on. A game called Stranova that's an anime hero shooter that's pretty decent. Oh, that's cool. And McKinney, the game actually looked pretty good as far as the gameplay goes. Yeah, Luigi, that was Waifu Tactical Force. Honestly, holding out for Fate Trigger. I haven't heard about that one. Let me see. Then when a game comes out that has great gameplay, another one of those gameplays banger. Do the visuals and theme matter? We keep having that argument. I just want a great game with awesome gameplay and story. Then when a game comes out that has great gameplay and story, but the look of it's meh, we go right back to it ain't pretty enough. For me, it's not a matter of pretty. I need the game to match, like I said, the characters and the gameplay to match the environment that they're in. If that means that you're playing a waifu anime game, then the gameplay should look that way, and it's for a certain audience. It's not for me, but it's for certain, certainly it's for somebody, right? I don't know the numbers of how many people are actually playing this game. Oh, it's not out yet. Planned release 2027. I imagine this game will probably do really well. Women's Day sale. Nothing like seeing a Women's Day sale banner above this game. Oh my god, dude. That's hilarious. That is great. Oh my god. Anyways. All right. Obvious downside here is that this is going to put a pretty fixed ceiling on Marathon's player base, and the game is simply too hard for many players. How is the game too hard? I don't understand. I played the game. It's not that hard. You're going to die quite a bit on Marathon. It's an extraction shooter. The AI is capable of killing you. Other players will kill you 100%. I think we need to redefine what hard actually means. DB Wild, I know you're thinking something right now. Oh my god. Happened already with the Server Slam, why the debut of Marathon wasn't exactly a blockbuster result Sony or Bungie was probably hoped for. No, I didn't buy the game after the Server Slam because I didn't like how the game looked. That's it. That's 100% it. It wasn't a difficulty thing. It was, I don't care enough because the game is hurting my eyes to look at. Played Marathon and the AI was the only thing I encountered. Well, Sam Fisher, after the first day of the Server Slam or second day, whatever, maybe it was the first day after launch, they reworked the servers to cram more people, more PvP into like the earlier maps like in the game. So I've seen a lot of people say that there's way more PvP now than there was at launch. So whatever. Hard or competitive? Exactly, R2. That's what I'm thinking. Good seeing you, buddy. I think people are conflating hard with competitive. There's nothing wrong with a game being competitive, especially if it's a competitive shooter. Saying it's too hard, it's like, oh my god. That's just pathetic. I ain't talking shit. Someone came to the office to make copies and I heard half of what you said. Okay. Let me see here. It's only getting harder in time to hold its player numbers. Outpost is an entirely new level of difficulty, requiring a coordinated team to beat or a really, really good solo player. Cryo Archive is likely to be playable only by a few. As you get deeper into the faction quest to even unlock them, the demands get higher and higher, sending players to flip switches and fight bosses all over the map in a single run. Now, okay, those are things that are more challenging. The quest lines, if we're talking the actual quest lines and things that you have to do within the map itself, that is something that might be getting more difficult for a lot of people as they're ramping up the difficulty. Sure, that makes sense. That's why, again, for a lot of people, they want the single player mode. Because people are like, well, the story, the quests are your single player mode. Okay, but while you're trying to complete your single player quests, you're getting murked by a bunch of sweaty 12-year-olds. No worries, R2. I wonder if their sales would have been better. I think so. Because QC, the curiosity of those of us who didn't get to play the game before, I think it probably had a lot of people who played the Server Slam who wouldn't get to play the game otherwise. And you're right, probably would have resulted in more refunds, but it still would have been more people at launch trying out the game. As much as I dislike the art style, the gameplay's fine and I'm not rooting for the game to fail. No, McKinney, I think it'll be funny if it fails. I don't really care either way. Bungie's just another tone-deaf studio full of a bunch of retards like any other studio. Believe it or not, despite the way that we all act online, for a lot of us, I don't sit here in my little cave like a troll, rubbing my hands together greedily, waiting for these companies to fall apart. It's like, it's funny when the really shitty ones, crash and burn. But if Marathon did 10 million sales, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I lost. I didn't get that one. I wouldn't care. It's just news. It's interesting to talk about and follow. that they're thieves, so I'm actually rooting for them to fail. Fair enough. Like I said, I'll find it funny because you kind of get what comes to you, you know? Yeah, QC, and again, that's the what comes around goes around. If you intentionally are rude to your customers, they're going to be rude to you back. You know, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, do I have like some axe to grind personally against Bungie? No. Bungie left Halo. They went on to make Destiny, a franchise I never cared much about. And then 343 took over Halo and killed the franchise entirely. And then Sony, bought Bungie. And it's like, I don't have any like festering, deep, evil ill will towards Bungie. They're just another fuck up studio full of a bunch of retards. I mean, you can't throw a rock without hitting one of these companies, you know? That's some illuminated cave right there. Well, to be fair, I could turn down the lighting, but being in a place where I finally have decent lighting, it's like, I don't want to have it like be a cave in here, man. Oh yeah, no, the art theft for a lot of people was the final straw. Absolutely. I find more people in the YouTube space dogging on Marathon, but it seems the opposite's true on Rumble from creators seem to be in similar social circles. You know, DB, I feel like you've said that before, but it's interesting, yeah. With 1340, I'm sorry you F around and find out. Dude, McKinney, I'm honestly debating about whether or not it's worth picking up that game just for the stream. I know that there's my one copy buying that game isn't going to benefit them at all. It won't. It absolutely will not, because there's probably about 200 people total in this entire planet that are interested in playing that game. But it would be really funny to play that game and stream it. Unlike Relooted, which I hated from the minute I started playing it, I can do cringy, stupid, over-the-shoulder camera, medieval lesbian scissor sister, because at least the gameplay mechanics are something that I would normally play anyways. Relooted, I'm like, holy shit, it has to be a great game for me to play a side-scrolling game at this point, and Relooted was not a great game. It's gonna be horrible since Monster Hunter Stories 3 launches on the same day. Dude, Highguard had to die so Ex-Voto could scissor. Yes. No worries, Cage. Have a good night, buddy. Let me see here. So it says, where were we at? In contrast, we're talking about the difficulty of Marathon, and of course the art theft, microtransactions pricing the game. Bungie responds quickly to Marathon microtransactions backlash. First patch will make the game slightly easier. So it is going to crack me up, because just like the people saying, look, I found a whole lobby of friendly people on Marathon, yay! The same people who were shitting on Arc Raiders saying, oh, Arc Raiders isn't for real PvP, go play Marathon. Now they're toning down Marathon because for some people they're saying it's too easy. If your behavior's rotten, any goodwill towards your game is gone in my eyes. Dude, 100%. Agreed. Regardless of what people are dogging or giving it some hype, I'm not going to play it simply because it's not in the genre of games I enjoy. Takes $5 for 500 lux, gives back 200 lux. What is that? We're talking about what's in the game. Need to check its battle pass. It's a joke. Let me find this, because I actually haven't taken a look at the Marathon battle pass. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Who actually has the Marathon game battle pass? Read the article. Is it in there? Let me scroll real quick. Okay, yeah, so the article has the breakdown of like pricing and stuff, but I want to see the actual battle pass for myself. Let me see. Well, there's a YouTube video, but it's 16 minutes long. I'm not going to watch a 16-minute video for the battle pass overview. This is all gay to me. Just play single. The thing about single-player games, I like some single-player games. I do love my good RPG or action-adventure games, but I am more inclined to play first-person shooters competitively, PvP, than I would for first-person, like, campaign story modes. I prefer my first-person shooters to be, PvP, and to have my third-person or action-adventure games, those are my single-player games. If they gave Marathon characters a French maid outfit, I could be convinced. Oh my god. Oh man. They got backlash and people gave back. Oh yeah, I saw that they gave people back, credited them back like part of their. Guys, I'm not seeing the actual battle pass listed anywhere. There's a Reddit post, but I don't see. So this one here says Marathon's Battle Pass is the worst value for your money I've ever seen, especially for a paid product. It's not a hate post. I'm glad the launch didn't fail. I like Marathon, but we need to talk about the Battle Pass. A lot of people are currently in the honeymoon phase and want to love everything Bungie throws at them right now. But the Season Pass is the worst value for your money I've ever seen in a live service shooter, and I played a lot of them. Most free-to-play titles offer better value than Marathon's Pass. Here are some of my complaints. You don't earn back the currency you spent. For example, in Apex Legends, you spend 950 premium coins, but get rewarded 1,300 for completing it. So the next battle, yes, dude, as scummy as EA is, this is something I noticed the one time I bought the Battle Pass when I was really like hardcore playing Apex Legends back in the day, like 5 years ago, was that if you buy the Battle Pass once, as long as you come back and max it out, you can get the every consecutive Battle Pass for free. They don't cost you a dime, right? I want to play with my friends. Oh, man. One single character skin. Seriously, only one. I've never paid a battle pass. Seen a pay a battle pass in any game giving you less than 2. Most games have 4 character skins in a battle pass. Again, Apex always has 4 or more. Dude, yeah, at least the Apex battle pass gives you a lot more for your money and your time. And you always get your premium currency back. Duplicate stickers and charms, as one sticker charm can only be applied to one single gun. Are you serious? You're giving me the same sticker twice in a battle pass. This should feel rewarding or what? Why can't we apply a charm we own to all our weapons? This is such a greedy AAA design. It's actually shameless. Paid 40 euros for your product, and now I can't buy an absolutely overpriced season pass where I don't get premium currency back when completing it. Most games give you currency back, so you can just buy the next pass for free after completion. Most AAA free-to-play shooters do this. That's crazy. Yeah, Arc Raiders, you get the first 3 passes, which were all completely free, and reward you with premium currency. Yeah, dude, Arc Raiders, you can criticize them for even having monetization in their game after being a $40 game, but their pricing is actually pretty fair, and then you get a lot of free currency just by playing the game. So, yeah, I actually hadn't seen much about the Battle Pass itself. That's crazy. What never ceases to impress me is how a number of devs like Bungie are actually worse. Exactly. Like I'm saying, EA sucks, but like, it's crazy that EA is not the worst. So, Bungie has revealed plans to change Marathon in some key ways just a few days after launch, outlining early patch notes for an update due out next week. In a tweet, the developer said that in the near future, it will adjust the amount of Lux, Marathon's in-game currency you get for the $10 bundle so that it grants 1,120 up from 1,100. So you get... Wait, they're going to give you a 20 extra? I'm confused. Is that it? 1120? So it goes from 1100 to 11 and what? This is important because currently a runner skin... because a runner skin costs 1120, but you can't buy 1120 exactly from the store. Instead, you have to spend $10 to get 1100, just 20 shy of what you need. Son of a bitch. Then another 5 to get 500 on top, which in total dollar terms matches the price of the $15 bundle available from the store. These scummy sons of bitches. Oh my god. Yeah, the actual pass in Arc is free, correct. Yeah, I'm talking about like the skins, the cosmetics you can purchase separately, but you can also earn currency by just playing the game where you can unlock those skins later on. That's what you were trying to tell me. Dude, that's nuts, man. That is insane. Yeah, no, dude. Publisher for Caravan Sandwich is the same one as for Sedlio's 1348. Exactly, yes. Let me see here. IGN reported that this has caused a stink with Marathon's burgeoning community, with some players accusing Bungie of resorting to scummy tactics. Imagine Bungie having scummy tactics for the extraction shooter's monetization. As part of the change, Bungie will credit 20 Lux to players for each $10 Lux bundle they purchased before this tweak occurred. The virtual currency denominations aren't the only point of contention. Marathon's $10 Battle Pass has also been roundly criticized for not offering enough value. Poor quality items. Okay. Can we talk about this real quick? Poor quality items. Every freaking thing in the game looks the same. Even like the skins barely look any different, and they just look like a recoloring of the same ugly ass skin you're starting with. Imagine playing, okay, it's one thing if you like Marathon. It's one thing if you enjoy the game and you somehow like the look of the game. That's fair, that's fine, whatever. You're entitled to your opinion. It's another thing to say, imagine wasting money on skins on Marathon, on cosmetics, when everything looks so drab, so bland, so samey. It's like everything's the same. Bungie steals paid DLC in Destiny 2. Marathon is scummy DLC practices. Shock Pikachu face, right? Patriot, I mean, there are some people who enjoy the look of the game. To each their own, nothing I can do about that, man. Going back to how they used to screw over their players with their shaders. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's nuts. French made outfits, though. No. Virtual currency denominations aren't the only point of contention. You've got the issue with where you can't be have your charms applied to all your weapons, your stickers. Without going into specifics, Bungie said it was aware of the feedback. We want to ensure that when you spend in Marathon, you feel like you're getting great value in discussing ways to improve this experience. Meanwhile, Bungie outlined early patch notes for Marathon's first update due out next week. All the changes seem designed to make the extraction shooter an easier experience. The highlight for me is the increased number of med cabinets and munition crates that can spawn on the perimeter map, and the increased amount of starting ammo in free sponsored kits. Oh, dude, the sponsored kits, it is nice that they have them. When I was playing, I think when I was doing solos, I used the sponsored kits, or maybe it was when I was doing the 3v3, 3v3, whatever, however many people are on the map. I was using the sponsored kits because, again, it doesn't cost you anything. But when you're loading in as like a rook or as a sponsor with a sponsored kit, you don't have shit for ammo. It's bad. Like Arc Raiders, it's bad when you're using a free loadout kit. But typically on Arc Raiders, you can work your way around the map enough that you can figure out other ways to get ammo. Most of the enemies you kill have some type of ammo. The only thing is if you load in with a heavy ammo weapon with a free kit on Arc Raiders, none of the enemies have heavy ammo. So instantly you're going to have to find another weapon. But yeah, it's crazy. You got $1 million idea, put in a warning in Marathon that says if you don't pay $10 by the end of the week, it'll force a banner displayed over your character's head that says you're straight. Oh shit. Dude, they'd make a fortune. They would make bank. Marathon's a difficult game in which it's easy to run out of ammo. The enemy AI feels particularly powerful. People say that the enemy is like bullet spongy. So one wrong turn can end your run in the blink of an eye, especially if you don't have the ammo to fight back. So the first patch notes for the early update say increase the distance objective nav points appear from 10 meters to 20 meters, increase the number of med cabinets and munition crates that can spawn on perimeter, increase the amount of starting ammo in Mida, Cyber Acme, and Arachne free sponsor kits. The most insufferable people online, guys, are with this Arachne faction, and I swear to God, it's probably all Troons. I'm not even kidding. I've seen plenty of debate about these balance changes, with some saying that they're much needed, others expressing concern that what's important about Marathon experience, this ultra-challenging extraction loop and the slow but rewarding power climb, is diminished by what they believe is an effort to make the game more palatable to casual players. I mean, look, I get it. If the game is meant to be a hardcore PvP extraction shooter, don't water it down. I'm actually opposed to that. I'm opposed to them watering the game down. If you want the game to be sweaty and appeal to a small audience and be hardcore, keep the game as hard as it is, if not make it more difficult. The problem is they made a game that has to have broad appeal because they spent too much freaking money on it. So in this respect, what is Bungie supposed to do? They're going to have to make their game easier, more palatable. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, watch the money pour in. Nerfed for retards like everything not unusual. I'm going to play a WTF because I love broad appeal. No, but you get what I'm saying, right? They're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that hard place is a guy who thinks he's a girl. It's the situation is like you made a game for a small audience, but you built it on a game for a big audience's budget. What do you expect? You know, visually it has potential in some parts. I actually like the character portraits, but it's squandered by everything else. Yeah, McKinney, I've got a very mixed feeling on the look of the game. The look of the game itself weirds me out. And I know that they say it's supposed to creep you out. It's supposed to be this unsettling. Okay, cool. It's not a horror game, though. It's a first-person shooter. If it was a horror game where it didn't have, like, PvP and PvPvE elements, that'd be one thing. But it's like, it doesn't creep me out in a scary way. It creeps me out in a... It disturbs me on some, like, deeply spiritual level way. It's bizarre. I don't know. Do you think they realize they aren't most people? You would think, right? You would think. Let me see here. As I've mentioned in previous reporting, part of the challenge comes from the very nature of the game. If you die, you lose all your gear. And not just what you looted while you were out on the battlefield, but what you brought in. And given how easy it is... Paul, you do realize that most people understand what an extraction shooter is, right? Crazy. Just crazy. They've had 7 years of scumming and MTXs. Why did this happen in the first place? This is from Bounding into Comics, talking about the changes they're making. Another person says, nope, Bungie needs to die. Everything they've done to destroy and corrupt Destiny deserves bankruptcy. Don't care about Marathon, the devs, execs, VAs. Everyone who killed Destiny deserves to go. Yeah, but what about my migraine and the sneaking suspicion that a postmodern demon is trying to burrow into my subconscious during each screen transition? Doesn't creep you out, it weirds you out. Exactly, Equilibrium. It's not like an actual horror, psychological suspense thriller type thing where it leaves you scared and unsettled and creeped out. It just, it's weird. I don't know. In the original concept of Marathon, you're supposed to be able to create your character. Interesting. Now they don't call them runners anymore, but shells. I thought they were still calling them runners, though. I mean, they still call them runners in like all the promotional stuff, don't they? From what I've seen. No, because every time they are trying to get away with something, they automatically backpedal and say, we're listening reminds me of D2 days. And no pay to win microtransactions, awesome, but $12 to $20 for the color black or color blue is diabolical, limited use items. Scorpion and Frog situation, they'll never learn. Stickers have never and will never be great value. Most worthless cosmetics ever be conceived. That's 100,000% on that one. Stickers are a terrible cosmetic when it comes to anything you can buy with actual money. It's crazy. Even Halo has Halo doesn't have recoil. Not that I recall. Not like substantial recoil. If you're talking Halo 1 and Halo 1, I don't know if the SMG in Halo 2 had any recoil, but yeah, it's barely noticeable. When I think recoil, I mean, dude, QC jerks. Have you played Tarkov? I can't remember. Or Apex Legends. The AR has spread, but you have no control over that. That's a range proximity situation. That's not a recoil situation. To me, recoil means I'm firing and then the gun's going to slowly travel up on its own. If you just hold down the trigger on the AR on Halo, your targeting reticle is not going to go from here to here. That's recoil. Like Apex Legends, holy shit. Like, and they changed the recoil patterns a few times in some of those guns. So one gun, it's like everything goes up dialing to the right. Some of them, it's all over the place, starts high and then works its way low. It's crazy. SMG in Halo 2 had climb. There you go. So maybe Halo 2. But Halo 1, none of the original weapons had like any recoil as I recall. Destiny 2 was solid when it came out, but it was the shader monetization and the retiring of DLCs that made people very wary of them. Yeah. As I mentioned, watching some Marathon players on Rumble, when they get to the point of getting different, much stronger guns, there is definite recoil. Oh, is there? I didn't know that. Redhead goes perfectly with blue eyes, so it's no. Yeah, I mean, redhead and blue eyes is pretty easy decision to make, right? Compare those paid cosmetics to a game where people get tools and draw manga in their mech. Yeah, no, there's no comparison, dude. I think that's gonna work us into the Crimson Desert segment. I'm not trying to make this a short stream, guys, but I just do want to keep rolling right along because I am tired as shit. Holy crap. Speaking of which, little shameless self-promotion. I can't give you guys a little blurb about my tea because for some weird reason, the tea on the website decided all of a sudden to revert to sold out. So I got to go behind the scenes and fix that after the stream's over. But for anybody, Black Cat, cover your ears. For anybody who's going to buy Crimson Desert, okay, comes out in 9 days, you can save yourself a tiny bit of money. Get standard or deluxe editions with my link for instant gaming down below. And it does put a few pennies in my pocket. So just saying. It doesn't really make sense for the weapons to have climb when the man is superhuman. Yeah, it didn't bother me in Halo. It's just the fact that, am I going to play it? I don't know. I'm going to wait a few days. Recording your video for the Crimson Desert topic. Oh, dude, it's so funny. It's so funny. Old Man River. Man, Halo, the original Halo not having, hey, Piranha Pout, original Halo not having recoil didn't bother me. It's like you said, he's a cyborg in a giant, mechanical suit. No problem there whatsoever. But there are times in games where recoil makes sense. So, more into third-person shooters. I used to despise third-person shooters. Used to loathe them entirely until Arc Raiders. I played like 2 of the Gears of War games. Didn't love them. They were fine. It was whatever. But Arc Raiders is the first third-person shooter experience that I've ever really enjoyed. You can say the same about Marathon, though. They're robots. Yeah, but are they like juiced up robots? Like, you know, I don't know. I'm not trying to like say whether or not the guns in Marathon should or shouldn't have recoil. I'm just saying it's weird to me when there's a environment in a game in a first-person shooter where the gun would make sense to have recoil and it doesn't exist. By the same token, guns in games that have more recoil than what is actually realistic in real life drive me insane as well. So there's two sides to both of that. It can go either way. It's kind of like DB Wild. I love you, buddy. I'm just kidding. So that being said, let's talk about this Crimson Desert thing. Guys, I wasn't even going to cover this because I didn't realize what a big deal this was. Like, holy shit, people have lost their minds over this. Yeah, bazinga, exactly. In the midst of cramming for an exam. Oof. Well, good luck with that. I can't imagine my old man brain trying to take an exam at this point in life. Like, holy crap. Only exam I can pass right now is like a colonoscopy or something. And no, DB Wild, you cannot give me my colonoscopy. All right. So this was from Dantix Official, a YouTuber who did get some footage from Crimson Desert. And he put this online. When you ask for equality, be careful what you wish for. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He put this online and said, Crimson Desert really pulls no punches. And apparently this like melted half of the internet's brain. So here's the clip. I'm sure most of you have seen it, right? Only lean both ways super early on Sunday mornings between 1 and 2 a.m. And he just lays into her, right? I don't know why Twitter always has the audio so quiet.
Anyone there? Help me!
And she did. Oh, okay, one more hit. You saw this clip? Okay, so for a little bit of context, Crimson Desert is a kind of game, it's an RPG. They allow you to kill whoever you want to, right? The game is promising a lot of things. Harvey Weinstein audition. Oh my God. The game is promising so many things that I'm on the side of things where I'm skeptical the game is not going to be, I don't want to say a scam or a rug pull. No worries, Oblivion. Sorry it's giving you a bad time, dude. You can't kill anyone, that's not true? Okay, Visser Matt, I appreciate the info on that because I wasn't sure. As far as I understand, you can kill, it's kind of like Fable. You can kill any of the villagers walking around and whatnot. I don't know if about like, you know, like story progression locked NPCs. I mean, even Kingdom Come Deliverance had in both games certain characters you could not kill because it would break the game. Trying to go into insurance, that's a great field to get into. Equal rights and equal lefts. I saw Kilted Cajun called his video that. GTA for the past 25 years, no one was complaining. That's not, Sam Fisher, the thing is that's not true because there were people complaining about that. We just called them retards and ignored them. So there were the fringe people on the outskirts of the video game sphere that were like, you shouldn't be able to do that in a video game. And they were, you know, mocked and ridiculed. If this was God of War, he wouldn't have punched her. Well, we're talking old school God of War or modern God of War. So yeah, that was the clip, right? And I guess for context, Dantix down here put below, he says, for context, this is an outlaw that you're tasked to capture. This is how you capture, tackle, then you beat up, then you tie up, then you transport to jail. I just hit her one too many times and skipped the need for the tie up part, right? So people were all like Mr. Hardcore mode, wishlisted. Sir Dam saying, delete this, bro. You're going to cause an uproar with the spineless, censorious bundles of sticks who can't separate reality from fiction. Truly modern game with equality. Average male experience when the dinner is served cold. Add to your wish list. It's like Red Dead Redemption 2 where you can drag the feminist to the alligators. I'll take 10 copies. Right. So this has got a lot of reactions online, right? Old school, new school doesn't count. What I love is that we can't have a Resident Evil 5 remake because shooting black zombies in Africa is bad. Yeah. If this was a modern God of War, he would have started a knitting group with her. Exactly. He would have punched her just not with his fist. Oh my God, you guys. I already have it pre-ordered. You don't have to sell it to me this hard. The whole world would be a better place if this was normalized. Oh my God. So the kind of responses are exactly what you'd imagine, right? This guy here, Mr. Obvious, shared it and said, Crimson Desert allows you to punch women. I've never been more ready to pre-order in my life. Finally, a game that gives gamers what they want. Mean Bastard said she kicked a dog. She deserves worse. This guy here says, I mean, it's cool and all, but why spend money on this when my wife is just in the other room? Oh my God. Like, that's insane. Oh, Mac the Knife, thanks for following. I'm assuming you're on Kick, which means you're probably a bot, but if you're not, welcome in. So what do the insanos want? What, can women no longer be villains to be beat? It's a good question. It's a great question. I don't know. What they want. Here's what they want. They want you to maybe accept that this is a possibility in your game, but don't you dare make jokes about it. JDA is gonna love this game. I've seen that one a few times. Oh man, we just guarantee this game gets record-breaking sales. Oh, because this guy's like, and just like that, you people killed the image of this game. Dude, Dante loves art. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. Oh my God, journalists are going to flip out and I'm going to laugh so hard. Please, for the love of God, somebody add a mod of Alyssa Mercante in there. And the thing is that this is true. We're still a day or two away from seeing articles about this. This guy, Denny, is saying, Crimson Desert allows you to punch women. I've never been more ready to pre-order in my life. And then a whole bunch of question marks, right? So people are already starting to get a little bit of offense about this. Kotaku in Action says Crimson Desert is already in controversy by the usual crowd over this. Never mind the fact that this is a female bandit. I guess the rules aren't supposed to apply to women. Now, again, here's the thing, guys. You have to take things with a grain of salt and in context. They're not complaining that it's a female. I haven't seen anybody complain yet that, oh my God, he killed a woman. It's because guys are joking about it. Meanwhile, Sabrina Carpenter releases a music video where she kills dozens of men to critical acclaim. Yeah, let's think about that for a second. Guys are joking. Guys are joking because this dude beats a witch, evil, whatever woman to death, right? She's not a good guy. She's a villain. She's a bad guy. Beats her to death. And yet you have Sabrina Carpenter, who's like every young Gen Z retard girl's icon, killing dozens of guys in all of her music videos. People will joke just like they did when Trump got shot. Yeah. Dude, people are gonna, but the only difference, QC jerks, this is a fictional character in a video game, not a thing that's true about it. Not a real person, not a representation of a real person. Sabrina likes to tease. People use this to troll, and good for them. It's damn equal lefts. Ladies, y'all burnt your bras in the 60s for equality. Then you truly get it. Cry, cry, cry. Oh my God. Guys, she was a feminist. It's okay. I don't want to be that guy, but most women will never get the joke. They don't. They for real. Oh my God. No. I can't believe it. Oh no. No, dude, honestly, it's like the usual crowd is going to be complaining no matter what. They basically eroded my capacity to care for anything they say. More women in action roles. No, not like that. True equality. Men or women. If you're a thief, you're getting wrecked. What's even funnier is that the thief is hot. So this game has a few things going for it as far as I'm concerned. Hot chicks everywhere. You can just beat the ever-living hell out of thoughts if you so choose. The protagonist is no simp. Yeah. Kind of spicy, right? Usual crowd is mad. In other news, water is wet. I'm still impressed a bandit can take 5 punches to the face, though, and be more annoyed than anything else. Oh my God. Remember that suffragette that got famous for being dragged behind a horse in Red Dead Redemption 2? That was a good one. I remember hearing about it. I just didn't watch the game. I'll fix Sabrina. Come on, man. Kind of reminded me of that one Deadpool moment where he asks if it's sexist to punch a woman or to not punch her is the sexism. That's actually pretty funny. I forgot about that line. I saw Deadpool the first two like one time each. If people in devs would just ignore the weirdos and make whatever they want, we'd be in such a better position. But it's not because they have it in the game. It's because people like this dude here, Jay plays games. Okay, I'm going to guess in his profile picture, because I can't see it until I blow it up here. He's probably holding a PlayStation game. Let's say it's a PlayStation game. That's what I'm guessing. Oh my God, PS4! And the winner is 2 PS4 games. Shocking. Not to be mean, not to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. What is with What is with the let's just say mixed mulatto, soy, non-masculine, PlayStation loving online YouTuber gamer simp that exists in the Sony PlayStation sphere of things. Like I've seen the same guy in 1,000 profile pictures on Twitter. I have seen 1,000 guys who look just like this. What is it? I don't quite understand. I know it's a grift, but why do they all look the same? What? Why is there a demographic statistic that says all mixed race guys of a certain age are gonna like PlayStation? I don't understand. What is it? It's because Xbox doesn't have fans anymore. Nintendo owns all. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's probably it, Visser Matt. That's probably it. Nintendo fans, forever children in their 40s. Oh my god. Yeah, digital fiction. But R2, if you joke about digital violence in real life and it happens to involve a woman, then apparently it's a bad thing. So anyways, Jay plays games. Jay is gay. Says, for clarity, now first off, he says, so apparently some concerning individuals are excited specifically about being able to punch women in Crimson Desert. I really hate the internet sometimes. He says, while paying for Twitter on an app that requires internet access. All right, Bikini, have a good night, bud. He then says, for clarity, this is the kind of hateful, misogynistic vitriol I find concerning. I have no issue with Crimson Desert's features, but if you're celebrating the specific feature and making sexist comments, relishing violence against women, then yeah, you're concerning and you should seek help. And I don't care if it's rage bait or a joke. It's weird as fuck. Okay. You do know that there's a high percentage. There's a high percentage of, let's just say, male feminists who turn out to be like sexual abusers and committing violent acts towards women. It's not that uncommon. It actually happens more often than you'd think, because this is all performative bullshit. This is what true virtue signaling looks like here, okay? Like, straight up. Yeah, most of them, yeah. Dude, actual creeps. Because they're so afraid of guys making jokes online, right? So he's got Mr. Obvious. Now, you guys, somebody remind me, what does it mean when they have somebody in red on Twitter? Is that an account that is, there's something about this. It's not a muted account, because a muted account still shows up, and it's not a blocked account, because a blocked account still shows up in white also. I feel like it's some sort of plugin or something, or it's like when you put somebody on a list. Maybe it's when they're on a list. I don't know. The louder you tend to be as an activist, the worse you tend to be in your personal life. Pretty much. Where's the testosterone? He needs to be pimp slapped. I don't know, man. It's pretty bad. Mr. Obvious is considered flagged as dangerous and hate spreading. Is that what that means? Not all activists, sure, but it's a red flag. It's a lot of them, dude. Then, of course, he's got this guy, Bizlet, that says, I will now buy your game. Mind you, he doesn't have the balls to tag any of these people. It's all screenshots. I've been looking for a woman beating simulator so I can practice during the off season. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, Equilibrium, if you're still on Kick, can you ban that guy? If not, I'll deal with it. Yeah. It's called white knighting. Simping for women. Yeah. Not a mod. I thought how have I still not made you a mod over on Kick? It's fine. I'll deal with him. He's taken care of. I just couldn't remember if I had that where I could do that or not. Off-season implies the existence of competitive... Now look, spicy joke, right? What even is Kick? Kick is white trash Twitch, man. Sometimes you just need to beat women. Oh yeah, I posted that. You're not gonna like all the GTA 6 clips of hookers getting killed later this year. I don't care what people do in video games. I disdain hate speech and inciting violence. It's not hate speech, though. They're clearly trolling. Hate speech is hate speech. They can pretend they're trolling if they like, but the things I'm hearing take the joke outside of the realms of humor. Oh my God. So he's basically saying, I'm going to, ban dark humor. How else would she learn, though? Oh my God. Casual sex implies that there's a ranked version. Oh my God. It's people like you that keep posting about it and give these people the attention they want, and that will just encourage them to keep saying this stuff, amusing how people still get suckered into blue check marks, rage bait. So this is a guy who's not even on his side, or on the side of the people saying this shit, right? How is me highlighting concern encouraging them? The way I see it, people like you normalizing it and criticizing people like me are really encouraging it. Why can't they say what they like and I can't say it's wrong? I'm just saying it's weird and concerning and I'm not reposting them. Oh my God, this guy is a straight up retard. Real life women get beaten, trafficked, raped, and killed and no one bats an eye. Pixel woman gets beaten and everyone loses their mind. LMAO. You're missing the point. The speech around this sounds set to incite real life violence, and there's real danger in normalizing hate speech. That's my point. Couldn't care less about some violent pixels. Holy shit. After the fourth punch, she was still not getting how wrong she was, so the knockout was required. Make me sandwich is a joke, and it's outraging for people of modern day. Makes it funny. Otherwise, it would be died decades ago. Great. Dude, Visser Matt, the funniest thing. You could talk about whether it's someone joking about wife beating or talking about the go make me a sandwich thing. Both equally piss people off. But the thing that cracks me up is when you see clips online of some dude in either Ark Raiders or Battlefield or whatever, that when some girl gets downed or he shoots some girl, he gives her like a toaster or like a frying pan or something. Dude, Sam Fisher, this guy is like king of the retards, okay? And it doesn't matter that he got ratioed in practically every single reply. Nobody's even liking his... So he's doing all this shit, all this heavy lifting. I'm going to say probably for the monetization. Let's be honest. His original quote tweet here has 30,000 views. That's not going to get you any money on Twitter, but, he's trying, which is cool. Do I think early 2000s dark humor is going to make a comeback? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, online it already has. That picture has to be AI. That can't be a black man or I'm going to get in the car right now and find this fool. Well, Black Cat, I mean, to be fair, he's not completely black. This is absolutely... He's very, very white for a black man if he is black. So, I mean, he's not completely black. Probs grinding in New York. Oh my. Wow. He might be Google AI. Every Google AI is mixed with black. It never shocks me at all, the people that'll get upset about this shit online. It's crazy. I'm black, that boy's not black. If it was about punching a man, you wouldn't have made this post. It's a video game and it's not real. If women were glorifying hitting men, I would have made the exact same post. No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. Okay. All right. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the fact checking in real time. What was this about? Can't have people like this representing us as gamers, let alone as men. Oh, complaining about the whole non-binary thing, and I'm guessing this has to do with censorship is gay. Huh? What's wrong with that?
Do I need
censorship is gay?
Do I need to be liked?
Smeg, I didn't even think you were here, buddy.
I like to be liked.
Dude, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. I
have to be liked.
I am just a shit show over here. We had I can't even talk. We had softball practice out in the freezing cold and mud for an hour and a half, and that just kind of melted my brain. Dude, thank you for the 5 gifted, Smeg. Appreciate the hell out of you, man. Why is that men bolded and all this? Because I searched for the word men. I'm trying to figure out something. So the only posts I can find that are relevant recently that have him talking about men are the criticisms of men and men beating women? Let's put in the word women. Let's see if he's criticized women at all. Same post, same post, same post, same post, same post, same post. Do we think we're going to find a post of him criticizing women? I don't think so. What is this one? Nah, go back. Let's see. I don't see him talking shit about women at all, criticizing women. Because a lot of women don't want to be saved. What is that? Why don't men save women anymore? Well, that's actually not a bad take. Does he have a YouTube channel? Probably. Smeg has to be an oil billionaire. Yo, Smeg, if you are, I need a sugar daddy. Not gonna lie. Let me see. Posing Miss Andrew is not trendy for a male feminist. Yeah. Men have a penis if that's what you're searching for. I'm not searching for a penis. Thank you very much. We're looking for women beating men off. No. We are I'm looking for the hypocrisy, and sure enough, I don't see him criticizing women to the same extent with that he criticized men. Now, does he have a YouTube? I'm morbidly curious. I'm sure he probably does. I've got way too many of this dude's tabs open on my screen here. Ah, yeah. 226 subscribers, 30 videos. Variety gamer, anime fan. I mean, that just sounds like your normal run-of-the-mill YouTube stuff. What I do find weird, though, is he's got a big Twitter presence, a very small YouTube channel, and he's doing giveaways. He can't even be monetized on YouTube because he's not even at 500 subscribers yet. So it's weird to me that he's doing like giveaways. I mean, that's like, I don't know. That to me, that screams like I'm desperate for attention. It's one of those things that when you're a small channel, and I'm still a relatively small channel myself, and you're really trying to gain an audience and gain traction, giveaways you think are the way to get people in there. No, giveaways are the worst thing you can do because all you're going to get is a bunch of people leeching off you. That's it. Trying to chase clout to get more followers. No, he's not a journalist. He's just perpetually online Twitter guy. Discussing the latest. He's one of these guys, he wants to be like a Twitter influencer. You know, kind of like how Synth Potato and Rhino the Bouncer, all these big accounts on Twitter, right? Everyone goes to them for gaming news. Even though it's all the same shit we've seen a million times on other accounts. They only watch DBZ, Naruto, and Attack on Titan. I mean, to be fair, that's more anime than I watch, dude. I didn't know Vernon was here. I don't think that man has one, though. I'm not checking, dude. I'm not gonna check to see if he's got a penis. I'm not that curious. I did giveaways, but those were given to me to give away. Might be working, who knows? I mean, the thing is, dude, I've done giveaways too at one point, but it was like, you know, giveaways, if you're doing it out of the goodness of your own heart, or if you just think it'd be fun, sure, that's one thing. But it's like, if you're doing it in a giveaway and you're a small channel and you're thinking that's going to put you on the map or get you attention, no. People will show up for free shit. They'll say, see you bye when they don't win, and that's going to be the last time you see them. I am not bi-curious. Dude, bisexual men are just gay with extra steps. I'm not gay, so no, I'm not bi-curious. I do giveaways because I want to buy the dev more copies. Fair enough. That's a reasonable take. That's an honorable take to have. So yeah, I do find it funny that among all the Crimson Desert news, of which there is lots of gameplay, lots of speculation, lots of concern, of which there is much to be concerned about, the biggest thing right now is men joking about a guy beating a woman in a video game. Like, okay, come on. My work has 1 million subs on their YouTube channel, and I felt like I had to work at getting people to check in for a giveaway for a scooter. That's awful. Although, to be fair, I don't think that I would enter a giveaway for a scooter either. Oh, man. Bisexual men are just straight men applying for a job at the BBC. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Anyways, you know, I had this Asmongold mythic talent stuff brought up to talk about, but I don't really think that there's that much really to go over. And I'm pretty sure it's already been addressed from other people as well. So I think what I'm probably going to do is, since I'm already so damn exhausted,
I declare
YouTube and not putting live streams on top of the subs.
bankruptcy!
Dude.
FYT and not putting live streams at the top of the subs list anymore for me. I'm poor AF. I just help when I can. Also, sugar daddy, why are you gay?
Gay for pay is not gay. Not if you don't enjoy it. Hey, I'd settle for like a rich old lady, but my wife would only let me be gay for pay. She wouldn't let me find some rich old sugar mama. That pisses me off too. Yeah, hey Vernum, join the club, man. Although half the time I have to scour YouTube. I'm subscribed to like 100 different channels on YouTube, and there are days where people I normally watch haven't uploaded shit, and I'm like, what am I gonna watch or listen to in the course of my day to get me through? You know? Why am I trying to gaslight myself? Because it's never mind. I'm done trying to gaslight myself. Thanks for the 5, Smeg. Appreciate you, dude. And honestly, man, seriously, I swear to God, if you never dropped another dime in the channel and you just came by and chatted and hung out, I would not think any differently of you, dude. So make sure you take care of yourself first before, and I appreciate the hell out of you, man, but just take care of yourself first, you know? Aren't we all happy when we get paid? See, Susano's got the right idea. A paycheck's a paycheck, man. But what I was saying, guys, I'm probably going to turn in early for a Monday, and that way I'm not going into work tomorrow exhausted. That way I feel like actually making a video tomorrow night, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty to go over. And I need to get my website fixed up, because I don't know why all my freaking tea is showing up as sold out now, and that's Shopify, guys. If you ever start a website, Shopify has got some useful stuff, but holy shit. Like, there's some whack stuff on that website. Like, trying to make things work it's insane. It's a massive headache. Your stream's prepped? Sweet. So is that IGN writer, the guy who wants to do Leon. Yeah, all my damn tea is showing is sold out. I gotta fix this. I gotta figure out what the hell's going on. Equal chat reader friendly streamer. Feel pretty and gay. What? Oh, dude, that IGN article. Oh, Kotaku. Sorry, my bad. They're all gay. What does it matter? This account can legally drink. I love the channel on that sidebar that stopped posting a decade ago because the owner passed away. Meanwhile, the live channels are nowhere to be seen. That's insane, man. Since I became a super broke boy, T-Bo Stills. Dude, Patriot, I appreciate you guys hanging out, man. That's all I care about. Did I miss with Leon? This guy want to do Leona? No. So, the Kotaku article, the headline is Leona is evil, yes. Basically, Leon Kennedy, I'm on prep. It's like he wants to get his back blown out by Leon Kennedy, apparently. So that's a thing. Which I guess if you were gonna go for a guy, there's worse options, but I'm pretty sure Leon is canonically straight. I don't know. Maybe.
Bankruptcy!
I feel bad that I made the $2 and less emote, that one. But I also, it cracks me up. Thanks for the one, Patriot. Appreciate you, man. Oh my god. Yeah, no, R2, it's disgusting. It is absolutely vile. Yeah, it's pre-AIDS medication. It's preventative medication for HIV. Oh my god. All right, so I'm gonna get this shit set up to go raid Empress's channel. Unlike Piranha Pout, who has already come and gone, who last time we raided her channel, she was she was playing Dustborn and literally fell asleep while playing the game, guys. It was that bad, apparently. Which is why I could play Ex Voto. I could 100%, we could do a live stream of Ex Voto, no problem. I could do that because gameplay is similar to stuff I've played, so that could get me through no problem. But playing a game like Dustborn or Relooted, something that I absolutely freaking despise, that's not happening. There's just no way. I can't, I don't hate myself that much. I can't make myself do it. So I wonder what kind of undisclosed side effects there are for prep. Well, for one, it makes you gay. So there's that. Okay, I've got that set up. 11:45. That's our time. All right. Rather I played something worth it. Ex-Voto comes out in 3 days. Ex-Voto comes out as the rebirth of Highguard. Highguard dies, so Ex-Voto can scissor. Well, Susano, part of it's because I am actually kind of morbidly curious. Unlike Dustborn and Relooted, which plenty of people have played, and the gameplay is mid and boring, and the dialogue is cringe and retarded, I am genuinely curious what they were thinking with Ex-Voto. For me, I kind of have like like I'm invested in it. Like I have like this really sick morbid curiosity. People wouldn't even acknowledge if it wasn't lesbian nonsense. Yeah. No, dude, there's no hype at all for the game. It's terrible. You didn't know that meant butt prep? You oh yeah, you thought like prepper? No, dude, it's when they say that they're prepped or whatever, they're talking about HIV medication. I was thinking it is. I'm playing it at some point. Yeah, dude, after criticizing the hell out of the game and the gameplay and the demo and everything else, I applied for a key with the developer. I never heard back. Curious to see what videos come out about the Ex-Voto stuff, kind of like Dispower. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, man. That's kind of like, if I play it for myself, I'll actually be able to talk about it more. And people enjoy dunking on it. People find it funny. And so for me, it's like...
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not.
It's a win-win, you know?
I enjoy being liked.
Because Leon is making endless dad joke friends while slamming into their backside.
Fair games go tie. This is not a waste of a mem chat.
Dude, no. 18 months, man. We've had 2 babies together. That's insane. No. Smeg, fair game, dead, canceled, scrapped. Unofficially at this point. I don't have any inside source. This is just purely intuition. The game is dead. It'll be pulled. The plug will be pulled on that game. However, you know, deep down, I wish it won't. I so wish Sony would actually commit to fair game and actually make the game happen, but they won't. It'll be dead. It's content for the channel that's different, yeah. And it's not just content. I'm morbidly curious about Ex-Voto. I'm deeply invested, and I really want to see how bad it is. Watch the dozens show up to play it. Party on Fair Games launch day. That's if it happens, but I don't think it's happening, dude. Side effects may include lockjaw and an illusion of a full stomach. Holy shit, dude. All right, guys. I am going to go to bed now. I'm going through denial. I'm not in denial. I'm not. I am not going through the stages of grief right now. No, man. It is... Fair game is dead. It's dead. It's beyond dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Ex-Voto is the game that's going literally nowhere. Yeah. Better. Yes. So, Avernum, you are correct. The thing about Ex-Voto where I can play it, like I said, if it plays similar enough to Hellblade, so I know I can deal with the combat and the gameplay of it without being bored out of my mind. Then there's the cringe factor, which is just icing on the cake. But then it's not as visual vomit as Marathon. It doesn't hurt my eyes to look at it. It's ugly. The characters are horrible looking. The facial animations are dog shit. But it's not painful, like actually physically painful to look at them. Ex-Voto ran like ass. Not for me, it didn't. The funny thing, Equilibrium, is that they don't even have the technical specs out for it for like the recommended specs. They have the required specs, but not recommended. But the game ran fine for me. It had this weird, I think you couldn't turn off motion blur if I'm not mistaken, but the game ran fine. I mean, hell, a lot of games people complain about. Highguard, oh, Highguard's a buggy mess, ran fine for me. Marathon, oh, Marathon's a buggy mess for some people, ran fine for me. And I don't have a $5,000 computer, so I don't know what I did right in building this computer over the last 6 years, but I don't tend to have too many issues with most games that I play. I have far more streamer issues with like YouTube and my internet than I do with the actual technical side of the games that I play. So For me personally, the game didn't run. Don't jinx it. That's if I play it, man. That's if I play it. I'm still debating. I think the game is supposed to be like $20. There are no, for example, you can even go to like Instant Gaming, and there are no pre-orders available for this game. On Steam, no pre-orders. Let me double check real quick. I'm pretty sure.
I declare
Oh my
bankruptcy!
God, man.
Okay, ex voto goatee then. I know my shit.
Yes, ex voto game of the year. 100%, 1000%. I can get behind that. I can get behind that and watch because they don't want me to get inside. Never mind. Thank you for the 2, Smeg. We'll just have to make ex voto the new meme because you know fair game's never happening. But yes. Wait for the sequel, ex voto 2, Scissor Me Harder. I think a 1060 is all that's required to get the rest at least running. They don't do ray tracing or path tracing, but they still would work. Oh, majority of PC gamers still run on a GTX 970. Yeah. Certain hardware just has issues. My last 2 PCs were nightmares with drivers and game performance. This one's perfect. Patriot, I'm on my way out as well. So have a good night, buddy. Oh my God, Prep has diarrhea as a side effect. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's just like game over, man. That's just. I just can't with that. Ex voto goatee, I assume the bowl cut let. All right, Cage. Welcome back. But we are gonna go raid Empress's stream. I think he'll be starting in about 15 minutes. So if you guys want to hang around with Empress, if you guys are gonna be up for a while, feel free to go hang out in her chat. I am going to go to sleep like I've been trying to do. I've got like 50 pages left in Time of Contempt, and then I can move on to shit. I can't remember the name of the book after Time of Contempt in the Witcher series, but I'm on to book 3 after this. I've read 3 previous, so the order's weird. The chronological order of those books is strange, but good book so far. It's just majority dominant. The cards are all over the place. Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is it's dude, honestly, my computer not being top of the line has always had very little issue running most games. Oh, appreciate it, R2. I'm glad seeing some of you guys popping in from time to time, even if you can't be here regularly. Just seeing some familiar faces is always cool, especially Visser Matt. I always see you in the comments, but I know that you can't always join for live streams. Hey, Truth. Yeah, you guys have been awesome. Appreciate you all. Like I said, I'm going to go raid Empress's stream. She should be starting up in about 10-15 minutes. And I'll be back with a video tomorrow night and probably a live stream Wednesday because I don't have any practices that I have to go to on Wednesday nights. Plus, I think practices are going to get canceled mostly this week. Friday, we should also have a live stream because Friday looks like practices are going to be rained out also, but that's all weather permitting. I'm not sure what the weather is going to be this week. I refuse to be here. Cage, you're here all the time, man. What are you talking about? You are very regularly, dude. I only missed the last couple streams because I was asleep. It's 7:30 a.m. Why in now? Truth, because it's 11:30 my time. We've been going for 2 hours, and I'm super tired. I love doing the 3-hour streams, but to be honest, I only prepared enough for like a 2-hour stream. And it worked out perfectly because I am so beyond ready to go to sleep, dude. It's not even funny. Like, I am dead tired. Like, oh my God. 6:30 a.m. Yeah, I should probably try getting up at 6:30 in the morning because I've been sleeping in too late. And work is going to start kicking up for me real soon. Real life is going to hit me like a friggin' truck pretty soon here once summertime comes and things start getting busier. So funny, that question. Even I did prep. No, you guys remember the guy that was here the last chat? When I did my video on Xvoto, and so I had a lot of views on that, and so people were coming in during the stream who hadn't been here before. And that one guy's like, oh, well, looks like you're just talking to the chatters, so I guess I'll go watch a video or something. And I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? Come on, man. Like, okay, so you're offended that I'm talking to my chatters? If you guys weren't here, what would I be doing? Like, come on, man. Yeah, sorry, Truth. I wish I could go longer, but tonight I am so wiped out, dude. But I'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday, adjusted for, I'll have gotten adjusted to the time change, and hopefully get more sleep. But we don't serve their kind here. Exactly. Damn clankers. All right, guys. I am out of here. I'm going to go to sleep and pass out, which is redundant, but I'm out.